I'm not going to take too much time because I know you all have a schedule to meet, but I want to just say a couple of things that I think it's important. And I'm so glad to see Jen Brown here in Battleground, Texas, because that tells us something that's going on in Texas. And in America, when you see people like Jen Brown, Jeremy Byrd, coming into Texas and making a decision to invest the resources and the time and the effort and the money to work to turn the state blue. Texas has 40% of its population is Hispanic, 15% of the population is African American or Asian American. All of those groups, including the Asian American population, are voting, when they vote, at a better than 70 percentile level for Democrats, okay? Now, Texas, that makes Texas a majority-minority state. Texas is the only majority-minority state in the entire country that's not blue. It's the only majority-minority state in the country that doesn't even have a statewide elected official that's a Democrat, okay? I want you to think about this. Jen Brown talked about 600 or 700 organizers in Ohio in this last election, making 300,000 calls a day. What if we would have had that in Texas in 2012, right? We got somewhere around 42 or 43% of the vote in Texas for a Democratic candidate statewide without any money. Without any money. Without any investment. Y'all, when you made your phone calls, didn't make them to Texas. You made them somewhere else. And it was important that we do that because we needed to re-elect this wonderful president that we have. And by the way, this wasn't a close election. He got 51% of the vote. There's only been 6 presidents in the history of the United States that have gotten 51% of the vote in their election and re-election, and Barack Obama was one of them. Okay? So let's anybody tell you that this was a close election, tell them, I'm sorry. In those 6 presidents, the other 5 include FDR, Andrew Jackson, Eisenhower, and I don't know who the other 2 are, but they joined our great president today. So the point I'm trying to make is this, is that Texas can be a blue state if people take the time and invest and put their effort into this state. One of the things that Glenn told you that is very significant in Texas today is this, is that we are turning blue, or have turned blue in virtually every large urban area in the state. Harris County is now blue. Bexar County had a little hiccup in 2010, in 2012 is blue, okay? Dallas County is deep blue, okay? It's almost so blue that you can't tell it from Travis County is blue. The Rio Grande Valley increased its turnout for Democrats by 8 to 10% more than it had ever had before. El Paso County, even though we had 2 state representatives that were Democrats endorsed the Republican state rep against Joe Moody, guess who won? Joe Moody. You know, that's a blue, blue, blue. Tarrant County is a little bit purple, maybe pink, purple, pink, right? But guess what? In a Democrat and a Republican district, Wendy Davis got reelected again. So that tells you where we're headed. But the problem that we've got is exactly what Glenn said, is that outside of those urban areas, there is virtually no organization because there hasn't been an investment. So that's where you come in. That's the effort, along with Battleground Texas and the other allied groups. That's what we need to do. I talked about the demographics. What's the new saying now? Demographics are not destiny, they're opportunity, right? And turning Texas blue is not an event, it's a process. Those are the 2 sayings, you gotta remember them, okay? Demographics is not destiny, it's opportunity. Turning Texas blue is not an event, it's a process. We gotta get there, and the way we get there is by the work that you're gonna do. You're not gonna be making phone calls to Florida. You're gonna be making phone calls to Texas, right? You're not going to be knocking on doors in Colorado and in Nevada. You're going to be knocking on doors here in Castroville, in Lubbock, Texas, in Amarillo, and all those areas that have better than 60% or 55 to 60% population of Hispanics and African Americans that are completely red. Those doors, when they get knocked on, those counties will turn blue. They will. How many of y'all think that Amarillo is a redneck city? How many of y'all think of it? Raise it. 60% of the population in Amarillo is Hispanic or African American. We don't have a single countywide elected official that's a Democrat there. Those are the problems that we have to undertake. So what you're doing along with Battleground Texas and all the people that are working on engaging our community to go out and vote, that's what's going to end up doing it in a process. In the process that'll take 2, 4, 6 years, 8 years. But we can get it done because why? There are more of us than there is of them. Thank you so much.